Okay, here we go. I want your name, first and last name, and I want you on the side that has A and B at the top. And we are section 8-4. Is that right? Okay. 8-4. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, to make sure you understand what we're doing, we're going to turn these boxes, these lines, into 3-point boxes. In 3-point perspective, every line you draw has to go to a vanishing point. If you have any line that does not go to a vanishing point, it is an incorrect line. All right? For people who get really confused about what to do, the easiest and best thing you can do is to start taking the top and bottom of every line toward A first. So that's what I'm going to do. And don't make long lines. I don't want your boxes to overlap for this particular project. And you're going toward A, not away from A. Toward A, not away. And if you have questions about whether you understand or not, this is a really good way to start, because you know that all of these lines are correct. I am going to collect this and grade it, so if you follow along and do what I tell you, you should be able to get an A. And it's going to look like that. And I'll give you a minute to catch up. Are you with me? I'm going to start with this one in the middle because it's the easiest one. I'm going to take the top and bottom of this line toward point B. So there's B and B. Now right now this looks like a 2-point perspective, and if I had straight lines here it would be 2-point perspective, but every line I draw has to go to a vanishing point, so I'm going to have to line it up by C. The C point is your depth point. Anything that you can measure how tall it is has to lean toward point C. That would be people, grass, things that are growing out of the ground. Now, I need a top, and tops are flat, and you only use A and B for flat things. And if you look, this corner's going to be, this corner's going to be, and so this opposite corner has to go to B. And then A and A and A. So there's your first box. Okay, now we're going to go to this one. the upper left. I can go toward B for the top and the bottom, so that's what I'm going to do. Toward B, toward B. Sides are by C. Every line I draw is a distance line. That means it has to go to a point. The top is A and B. This corner's going toward A, so this corner has to go toward A. This corner is B, and this corner is B. And while you're catching up, I'd like to point out your horizon line is near the top. A and B are always on the horizon line. The horizon line, everything below it is land or ground. Everything above it is sky. So we're looking down on the land, and we would see the tops of all of your boxes. Now I'm going to do this one. Top and bottom will go toward B. Sides are by C. And where these two intersect, which is right there, that's the back corner. The top has to be A and B. And the A lines are always directly opposite each other, and the B lines are always directly opposite each other. Now with these three, if I line my ruler up with B, I can't draw toward B because it's going to draw through this shape. But I can draw away from B and it will work. And that's true for all three of these on this side. They're away from B. The sides of the box are by C on all three boxes. Remember to use your vanishing point for every line that you draw. And the tops are done by A and B. If this is going to A, then the opposite side has to go toward A. And then the other side is B. Some of you get a little careless with your points, and you'll aim it toward A, but you'll be off by that much. Well, that would be wrong. I want it to go right toward A. I'll let you catch up for a minute. And you should always use a ruler when you're doing linear perspective. Make sure your lines are straight. Sort of geometric. Okay, on the other side, or do you need a couple more minutes? Okay, on this side, I can take the top toward B, and I can take the bottom toward B. Sides are by C. Every line is a distance line. That means every line goes to a point. Top is A and B. It's going toward B for this corner, so it needs to go toward B for the opposite corner. It's going toward A, so the opposite corner needs to go toward A. Now these three, I need to see the side and the top. Okay? So I'm going to take the top of the line toward B, but if I take the bottom of the line toward B, I am going to draw through the shape. And that's what we call an invisible line. There is a line there, but you can't see it because you can't see through the box. The same is going to be true of this box, and the same is true of the bottom box. So they're all going to go toward B. The side of the box goes towards C. That's your depth point. Only things that you can measure how tall they are go to C. Now I still need to be able to see the tops of these because they're still below the horizon line. And for the tops, because they're flat, we're only using A and B. So if one corner is going toward B, the opposite corner also has to go toward B. The other corner is going toward A, the opposite corner also has to go toward A. And that's true for the ones below it. I'll wait a couple of minutes and let you guys catch up. Because we're not finished yet. Does anybody know why we're not finished yet? We're not on it, no. Isn't something missing? Can you tell something looks like it's missing here? Okay, there's another side to the box. This corner is going to go toward A, and this corner is going to go up toward B until they intersect. So I'm going down toward C and up toward B until they intersect. And actually this one, the one above it, this is going to go to C, that's going to go to B. And it's going to be really skinny. There's a C line, and here's a B line. And now we're finished with that side. I'll give you a couple of minutes and then we'll turn it over. Notice I can see the top of every box. When you're working on yours, and if you can't see the top and your horizon line is at the top, then you know there's something wrong. Now, if you turn your paper over, go ahead and put your name and section again. That way I won't have to flip it over to see whose it is when I'm grading it. And we're 8-4. Now, for some reason, it's a tiny bit more difficult for people when the horizon line is at the bottom. Below the horizon line is the land or ground. Above the horizon line is sky. So we're actually going to see the bottoms of every box because we're looking up. Remember what we did on the other page? If you're confused, the best thing to do is to take every line toward A first. So that's what I'm going to do. Not away from A, toward A. That way you know that these two lines are correct no matter what. It's sort of like a recipe. Top and bottom goes toward A first. And it'll look something like that.